Back here on CBS Sports HQ, presented by Jeep, as we take a look at the Houston Rockets selections and a couple of players out of the SEC. Jabari Smith with the 3rd overall selection and Tari Eason, their latest selection at 17th overall. 6'8", 216-pound sophomore out of LSU. He was the SEC 6th man of the year. Showed great improvement from his freshman to his sophomore season. 24% to 36% from 3 and 57% to 80% from the free throw line. And he improved his scoring average by nearly 10 points per game from his freshman season at Cincinnati to his sophomore season at LSU. So a guy that has showed tremendous improvement in just one season from Cincinnati to LSU, and now headed to Houston to help that club improve. Tari Eason, maybe not a guy that a whole lot of people are familiar with. Who is this young man?
One of the best defenders left in the draft. Arguably one of the best defenders on the board at the beginning of the draft. He is a high-level athlete. He's exceptionally mobile. He's also someone offensively that can grab and go as a playmaker, start the break himself. So I think we've talked about this at length. Houston was a team that came into tonight concerned about the defensive identity of the foundation they were building. It ended up going their way with Jabari Smith. Now they've got Tari Eason. Suddenly, they're very good defensively, and they're very switchable defensively, too.
I like Tari Eason. You know, he started his career at Cincinnati and really didn't do much there, like you noted, but was incredibly productive at LSU, one of the best players in the SEC. And like Adam said, this is the type of guy NBA franchises are looking for, versatile front court players. He's not Jeremy Sohan necessarily, but you know, you're putting a list together of versatile front court players in this draft who can be devastating in transition, get up and down the court. Well, those two guys are definitely on it. This is a B for me in terms of a grade, if only because I had Tari Eason a little lower than this on my big board, but you know, I don't think it's wild. They're getting some really nice building blocks in Houston, and you know, if things develop well, this is a franchise that can get back to respectability, you know, fairly quickly.
And when you look at Tari Eason, you know, rarely do you guys see a guy that's the 6th man in the year in the conference and then first team all SEC. Yeah. That's the first time in SEC history. But he has a skill that's transferable. You can depend on Eason when he comes off the bench. The Rockets need some good news. Their coaching staff, when they show up at the arena, they got to know that, hey, we're going to get this from Jabari Smith. But then when Tari Eason checks in the game, he's in his familiar ground. He knows how to play off the bench. He came off the bench all but 4 games at LSU. So he can provide that energy, play with pace, switch defender, elite defender. And the Rockets, they just need some good news. They got to start kicking this thing in gear. And I think this is a step in the right direction.
I think they got some good news tonight, Coach. I think this is working out in their favor.
Yep.
Yeah, they did. They got a couple of SEC guys in Jabari Smith and Tari Eason.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.